Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings. See if I can straighten this up just a little bit. And we are here to do another video. Now our video today, it's Tuesday, but it's still a Magic Monday video. My brother and his wife came to visit, and my brother and I are very close, so when he's here, I kind of drop everything and enjoy him. So, anyway, he and his wife brought their 3 granddaughters with them, and they are from the ages of 7 to 9. Then we also had our 4.5-year-old here. The 15-year-old was relatively quiet, but the 4 little ones, oh my gosh, it sounded like we were in a zoo. So there was no way I could have made a video if I'd wanted to, but we just enjoyed each other and had a great time. So we missed out on the video that week, and I had several people ask me what happened. So we're going to make up for it today. So we'll still have 4 projects. So this is our project today. The other day, I need to talk about our giveaway too, because our today will be our last project for the month of March. We made this cute little paper pocket page thingy mabob with 4 tags in it yesterday, and this will be, we put the one we made yesterday we put in our journal, so but this is the one that will be in the giveaway, this one here. And this one today is the one that will be in the giveaway as well. This is our prototype. We're going to make it. It's a little different than this one, but I just had so much fun making them, and I thought, wow, this is so cool. So we're going to make another one. Now, Friday will be April 1st. April Fool's Day. Anyway, so that day I will do a preview video of the 4 projects that are going to be in the giveaway for the month of March. There will be 4 for each of the 4 weeks, and I don't know, there may be 5 weeks. However many weeks there are in March, however many Mondays there are in March, is how many projects we will have in our giveaway. I will do the video, review those projects so that you will know exactly what's in the drawing. And then if you want to be entered into the drawing, then you need to make a comment on that video, the preview video, and be a subscriber to my channel. And then the following Friday, we will do the drawing. That gives everybody a week to be able, plus a weekend, to be able to look at the video, see the project, see what we've done, see if you like them, and then be able to enter into the drawing. So we will do that, and this will be in the drawing, and the one we made yesterday will be in the drawing, plus the ones we made earlier. Whew! So all of that being said, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make this little pocket page. This pocket page has 5 pockets, or 5 tags in it. I guess you could put as many as you wanted, as many tags, but there are 5 pockets. So we have one here. We have one here, and this is a cute little tag. The papers that I used are from Luise Heinzl's Etsy store. I love her stuff, so go check her out. Buy something in her store. She's awesome. Here's the tag. Okay. Now the paper on the back is not hers. I couldn't find anything that I liked, so I did something on my own. There's a tag here. And and there's a pocket here that has 2 tags in it. Now this is a little corner tuck that you use to put on your papers to make a little corner tuck, but I made it into a little tag and put that there. And then we have another little tag here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tags in 5 pockets. So that's what we're going to make today, hopefully. So let's get started. This is our book, and to begin, this particular pocket page has really combined 2 pockets together. So we'll make the first pocket, then we'll make the second pocket and see how it goes. On this one, what you do, Luise did a video and taught us how to do coffee dyeing a whole book at one time. This is the most awesome idea I've ever seen. I don't know why we haven't done this before, because then your papers are already done. All you have to do is just do your project. Awesome. Thank you, Luise. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take this corner and we are going to pull it down here. If I can do it and make it straight. And we're going to fold it down. And I am coming just a little bit away from this seam because I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. And I don't want to cut off my pocket. So we're going to, that's our first pocket, or our first page. Then we're going to turn this one over. This is our second page. We're going to take this bottom one and pull it up just like we did on the other one, except in the opposite direction. Fold that up and lay it back down. So then we have our pocket here, our pocket here, and our pocket here. So we have 3 pockets. But we want to make 5 pockets. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue this down very carefully. I'm making a video. Okay, I'm back. All right, so we've got these 2 pockets. We're going to put another pocket here. Now I have a little page here. Let's see. And that might work perfectly. It's cut down a little bit, but we'll see. Okay. So we're going to take our glue stick, and we're going to glue right here, just on the edge, ever so slightly, on the bottom, and then on the next page, we'll ever so slightly on the top. That's going to glue our sides together. We've got this glued down because we don't want a pocket or a tuck here, because we're going to put this other pocket on top of it. So we've got 1, and we've got 2, and we've got 3. So now I'm going to scoot this. Well, let's go ahead and pull this apart. And see if we can get it out of this book. Ever so carefully. There we go. Put our book back over here because we're through with that for the moment. Now then, let's get our cutter. I am so excited about this little cutter here because it's just so cool. And I just got it a couple of days ago, so really excited. I'm just going to cut off a little bit because it won't fit on the cutter. So I want to even this up right here with our pocket. Make sure we've got it laying down here straight as we can, which is not a very big deal for me. I can't do anything straight. Okay, we'll cut this off. Got that ready. And just for continuity's sake, we're going to cut off just a sliver off of the top here, just so that all of our edges are deckled. And then we'll come over here and just do a very, very tiny sliver there. All right, so this is the page. These two sides are already deckled, so let's deckle the top of this. And then, now this is going to be our second pocket. So what we're going to do, excuse me, is we want the top of this to be a little stronger because it's going to have stuff going in and out, in and out. So we're going to fold this over about this much. Okay. And then we're going to glue that down. So that makes it just a little bit stronger because these pages are kind of old. So I think we may be through with that. We'll see. And somewhere I have right there, looking at me, a little punch. So we're going to put a little punch right here in the center, so that will indicate that's a pocket. Okay, we're going to take the bottom and we are going to pull it up, crease it in half, and then fold this part back down. And I'm going to let it hang over just a little bit, simply because I can tell by the writing that it's not even. So I can make it a little more straight than that. So we'll cut this right here. Pull that up so we don't cut off the bottom. And then we have another little pocket down here. All right, so what we're going to do is glue this together. And stick it down really good so it strengthens that wall. Okay, so now we have this. And we're going to put another little thing here. Now, Luise did this kind of off to the side, so I was going to kind of do it off to the side too. So we'll put a little notch there, so it will show that we have another pocket. Now, we're going to highlight that, or not highlight it, but we're going to ink that so that it will be obvious that we have a pocket there. Okay, now then, what we need to do is ink the edge around this. And I need my little brown dauber friend that I put back in his home. So that's why I couldn't find him. Everything just came kind of falling down. this one too, but I want to sew that one. So let's ink this. And y'all know that I like pretty heavy ink, so we're going to make it pretty dark. And when I coffee dyed the book, I got some really cool effects here. This is just really neat. So you just never know what you're going to get. Just like a box of chocolates. Okay. And then we want to ink this up as well so that it will define the pocket from the back, since they're both words and from the same page. It might get a little confusing, so that makes it look a little more distinct between this and this. All right, now I'm going to run and sew this, and I will be right back and we will continue, so don't go far. Okay, I'm back, and I've sewn around the edge of this. It's not a big secret that I can sew, and it's not that I don't want y'all to watch me. It's just that I don't have room on this little table for my sewing machine, so I have to get up from my table, go across the room, sew on my thing, come back. It's easier just to pause. Okay, so let's get back to this. I sewed this, and I used a purple thread across on the top because our main color on this is purple. On the back, it was just whatever was in the sewing machine. So let me cut these little strings off. Some people like to leave these little things, but they really kind of bother me. I have done a lot of sewing in my day, and loose strings just is kind of a sign of unprofessionalism, and I just can't get past that. So bear with me. Okay, so we've got this done. We are going to go in here and ink up our sides, our edges, because we want that to be different. Then we want to be able to see. This one is these are a little funky to try to do, but they work. And then we got to get this little piece in here. Probably just do it like that. Roll with the punches. Okay, so we'll go along the edges, and I like to at least ink the back so that there's not quite such a stark difference between this and this. So, but I also don't want to cover up all of my cool coffee stuff. So I just kind of go around the edges. Not going to worry too much, because we're going to cover up most of it. Okay, so now then, what we've done, we have this ready. Now, when I got ready to put this little pocket on, I felt like it was a little tall, because it has to go and not stick up above right here, or it will interfere with your pocket. Okay, so we don't want it sticking up like this. I guess you could, but it kind of bothers me. So cut it off a little bit, and when I did, it came in two pieces. So I started to go ahead and fix it, and maybe you wouldn't notice, And then I thought, well, you know, what if you need to do that sometime? What if you need to cut it off? So I'm going to just put them back together. I don't need to do that yet, though. Glue. Where's my good glue? That one's all stoppered up for some reason. So what we're going to do, before we do that, though, on this one, if you can see here, on this pocket, I cut out a little flower, and it's pretty, and I like it, but all of the other paper was from something else. And so I thought, well, I really don't like that idea as much. So, you know, you always learn on the prototype. So I thought, well, I have a few pieces of Luise's paper left. So I thought, well, I'll just look in there. Now, these are my tags. I'm going to use those. So those are spoken for. But I found this little piece that has some flowers on it. And I thought maybe I would just glue it right here. This is a book. The book that these pages came from are kind of like little synopsises of stories that were popular during whenever the book was published. And they did a lot of classics and everything. And they're kind of like Cliff Note versions. So they tell you the story of the whole book in like 2 or 3 pages. So it has all this stuff up here, though, and tells you the plot, the time, where it was located, and when it was first published. And I really want to keep that up there. So I thought maybe I would just put this whole card on here. So I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to ink this. And it's not going to have to be inked on both sides or anything, because we're going to glue it straight down to the page, to the pocket. Doesn't have to be on the bottom, because we're going to glue that down. Okay. So that'll work. So we're going to take our glue, and we're just going to glue all the way around. Sure we are. Let's see if it's gotten stuck. I'm really bad about not putting this little pin back in that little nubbin when I get through gluing, because I got things to do and I got to get on with it, and I forget, and then when I come back to use it, there's a little glue skin across the hole, and it won't let my glue out. So I have to poke it again. So we're going to put this right here, and we're going to cover right up to where it says first published. And then glue that down. Now we can go back and glue this on without having, we could even cut a little bit more of it off and show a little bit more of those purple flowers, and that would be really cool. So let's maybe do that. So we're going to glue. Probably shouldn't have done that yet, but too late. We've got that on there. But I don't want that pocket to be that long and stick out, because that didn't accomplish anything. That puts our pocket, this pocket back up and interfering with this one. So I'm going to cut this off just right at the edge. And we'll ink that back up again, and it will be fine. I don't know why it's a thing for me, but I really like these little page numbers at the bottom to show. I don't know, go figure. So I'm going to scoot it over just slightly so that this corner does not go over there. Okay? Now, before we glue this down though, we need to do something about this part. And on the other one, what I did is I got my little nubbin bucket here, and we collaged it at least down to where the new pocket is going to cover it. So let's see what we can find as far as some. That's going the wrong direction, so that won't work. And there are some papers in here that have some really pretty purple shading on it that we can find. So, for example, that little piece right there has some really pretty purple on it, and it's got glitter. So we'll tear that off a little bit, and we'll glue this down. Now this, I'm going to put it right here, but I'm going to fold this under so that it will kind of help strengthen our edge here, if you can see what I mean. So it's glued down. I don't know if you can see that, but I tucked it down inside so that it kind of adds a little strength, because this is going to be in and out with the tags. So we want to make sure, I don't want that rough spot there. We want to make sure that it's reinforced. Okay, so let's see what else we can find in here. Kind of a cool piece. I don't know. Let's see what else. Oh, that's cool. How would that work? And if it was just a little bit taller, we might could move it up and fold that under, and that would work. And this is probably the one part that is kind of boring for y'all. But I wanted you to kind of see how I go through the process of picking these papers. Now, some people will position and reposition and move and remove. I pretty much, when I decide what I want to put it, where I want to put it, that's pretty much where it's going to go. I guess I fly by the seat of my pants, and I don't worry about that too much. Okay, so that looks really pretty. It kind of complements this. Has some of that same shimmer in there. So let's see if we can find something a little different. Now, there's an interesting piece. I think I used that even on the other one, a little piece of it. So that's pretty cool. But I think that in order to do that, we probably need something along the edge, maybe a little straight piece or something. To kind of go across here so that those holes don't, because they're not going to provide a lot of, but I like that. I think that would be really pretty. So we don't need the whole piece. We just need to cover it just for a little sliver. So a little sliver it is. So we'll put this right here. And then when we put this piece down here, it will have that looking through. So that'll be pretty. I like that. Okay. Put that right there. Overlapping it ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. We still have this pretty big piece here. That tends to be too much of the same color, so that's kind of pretty. I like that. If we can find something else. That's a piece. That's pretty dark. Kind of cool looking though. I really kind of like that. So let's put this down here. And we can even fold that over just a little bit to kind of help protect that edge a little bit more. Okay. So I think my light has moved. Of course, it's dark, and the light really reacts very differently when it's dark. So hope I'm still in view where you can see what it is I'm doing. And then we're going to fold that and just fold it over. Okay. Now then, let's get our pocket here and see. We're not going to have to cover a whole lot. We just need to cover that much. So that'll work, I think. I think that'll work. Okay. So let's get some glue down on this little baby. And as long as our little peak there is covered, I think we're going to be okay. So then we can come back here and be perfect. Don't really like that little nubbin thing right there is kind of giving me a fit. Let's try just a little piece to stick up right there. And I think that'll work because it was just kind of driving me crazy. So there we go. All right, we'll put this right down in here. I like that little white splotch of gesso there. And we'll fold that over. And we can put our pocket down. There we go. Perfect. What do you think? Oh, nope, not perfect. Pretty dang close. Pretty close. Perfect. All right, so let's glue this. We're going to glue it on this side. And we want to glue it pretty substantially because we do want it to hold. And we're only gluing on 3 sides because we want to make the pocket. Okay, a little bit too far. There we go. So now we'll have a pocket back here as well as a little pocket here in the front. Okay, there we go. Now then, what I did on the prototype is I got a button, a big button. And this year for Christmas, I think I'm asking Santa for a bigger craft room. So let's see if we can find a big button that's going to look pretty on here, but still be kind of flat. That's pretty. Kind of flat. Because I want it to be pretty big. But so many of them are so thick like this one that they're not real practical. I just like it. So. But I think that one right there will work just fine. We have this one. And that one would work okay as well. But I like the shiny on this one. So we're going to go with that. And let me get my twine. So let's see here. Oh, all caught up in my lace. Now then, this is the twine that I used before, so we'll use this, and it's kind of a twine. It's kind of hairy, kind of weird looking, but very, very cool to work with. So, and I'm going to double it so that we have plenty of strength. We're going to put this in here. And then twist it again. And put this side in here. This twine's kind of thick anyway, and then to double it to get it to go through that little hole can be kind of tricky. Okay, and then we'll measure it about halfway. Cut it off. And we'll put that back in a minute. Okay. We're going to tie a little bow. Excuse me, please. This is very difficult for me to tie that bow upside down like that. That is not how I learned to tie a bow, and it's not natural for me, but it makes a prettier bow. So, there we go. Okay, so now there's our double bow. We're going to turn this over. Get our glue. I'm going to use our Fabrifix on this because it is really, really good, strong glue. And we'll put this on the back. going to put that right there on that center because that little area will not interfere with any tag or pocket. So we are good there. We might put just a little nubbin of glue on here just to keep that from coming undone. All right, so we have that done. Now then, I wanted to kind of have a little bit of purple, sort of a purple overcast here. You'll see in some of these little papers, just to kind of knock back this the starkness of this. I didn't even put any ink on my dauber. I just used what was already on there, and I want it to be very light. And then not a lot, just a little bit to kind of pull the purple together. And that's all we're going to do on that. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, now then, we've got to do something with these sides. This is ravel cotton ribbon strips, whatever. They're about 1/2 inch wide. Whoa, excuse me. About 1/2 inch wide, and they're already raveled. I love this stuff. And so I'm going to put it right down the side here, and then we're going to do something over here. So we're going to put a little bit of glue right here. Let's put a little bit more under the edge of that. That seems to, maybe I didn't quite go to the edge when I glued that down. So we sure don't want it coming up. Come on, glue. There we go. And I use this yarn or ribbon or whatever you call it. I don't really know if it's ribbon or what, but it's a cotton strip of ribbon, I guess. And you just, it's kind of wadded, so when you're gluing it, you kind of have to unfold it as you go if you want the ravelings to show, which is what I want. So I kind of untwist it, and then just stick it down to the glue. Let the little frayed edges go where they go. Do what frayed edges do. Sometimes it's hard to see. Okay. And this glue does give you a few minutes. Thank goodness. It's a good glue for this old lady anyway. And get down here to the end. Make sure it's all tight and tucked in. And then we'll just snip it off even with that. Now, we're going to put some of it over here on this side too, but y'all know I love lace, and so I put a little piece of lace under it first. So let's dig in our bucket and see if we can find another little piece. I don't really like that one. Another little piece of lace that's not a doily. I love doilies, but like maybe a piece of this. I have no room. That would work. That's pretty. Okay. That's very pretty. I like that. So we'll put this down, and then we'll put that on top of it. Okay? So let me get my fabric scissors so I don't shred it to pieces. We'll just kind of cut that. And here we go. I like that. I think I would rather have the raw edge to the inside. I think that looks a little better. I like that better. Okay. So let's put us a little nubbin. Forget to lay my bottle down. When it's full, it just works right there and it's perfect. When it's not completely full, then I have to wait for it to all fall down to the bottom. And patience is not one of my virtues. I really get in a hurry. So we'll put that right there on the bottom. Okay, then we'll take another little piece of this. Sure, we will. Okay, we're going to put a little daubing of glue right down there. And put that. I want the edge of the lace to show. There we go. And let it sit just for a second. It's got to go through the layer of cotton and then the lace in order to stick to the paper. So it might take it for just a little second. And let's clean that off. Okay. And we'll turn this over and we'll cut this off right here. There we go. Now then. Okay, where were we? Now I have a little piece of purple gauze here that I don't know. I don't know what I was making. Who knows? But anyway. And I made a little tag up here for our little dragonfly. So I'm going to pull this and snip it. And then this just tears really easy. So we'll keep all of our little strings, you know. You never know when we may have a run on strings. And you want to be the one holding the string bag. Or at least I do. So I save all my little strings and make beautiful little things out of it. Well, didn't really want to pull that many, but I guess we will. So we'll have a big deal of strings. Okay. And then I just put it right up here just to add a little color to this corner. That may be a little bit long. Just because I don't want it to interfere. Let's cut just a little bit of it off. And we can still pull some strings. Okay. That's much better. It doesn't cover quite so big an area. So we'll put a little bit under here. Put that on. Just for decoration, just to look pretty. Okay. Now let's see if we can find another one of those little golden dragonflies in my charm bucket. They tend to slide to the bottom. So there's one, but it has a hook on it. We don't want a hook on it. We want a plain one. There's one. Nope, that one has a hook on it. So all of these seem to have, there's one right there. So we'll take those and put those back in our bucket. Put those back over there out of our way. And then we just took a little bit of our glue. No, there it is. I tell ya. And then this one right here. We'll just put it right here in this little corner. I mean, you know, we are pink dragonfly wings. But I guess today a gold dragonfly wing will have to work. So, there we go. So, I think other than putting this little thing down here, that's not very big. Certainly not as big as I need it to be, I don't think. Although it might. We can put this right here. That'll work. I think that'll work just fine. Let's get another string or two out so we have a little more ruffle. Put some of this. Now this is just a piece of colored burlap, I guess. And I just put it down here. And I'm going to cut a little piece of this lace because I wanted, I thought I had a little word, and I'm sure I do, and amongst all of this stuff somewhere. These are all of my tags. There it is. There's my little word. That'll fit on there. That'll fit on there just fine. So what we're going to do is cut just a little piece here. Doesn't have to be very big. We just want a little bit of contrast. Okay. So we'll put a little bit of this on here. And I put that at an angle so that you can still see the purple underneath. Let's get our word or phrase, whatever we want to. I have glue in my strings. What am I going to do? And then we'll put that right there. I think that looks very cool. Very cool, very cool. All right, now this is sari ribbon. And it's basically sari dresses that women in India wear, or other places too, I guess, but it's beautiful silk lusciousness. And so what I'm going to do is make two little, what I call fake bows. They're just a little knot bow. We're going to have one there. And then we're going to make another one. just tie a little knot in it, and when you tie the knot, you can pull the little legs down so that they kind of dangle a little bit. Okay, put that over there. We're going to put one of these up at the top because it's kind of naked up there. So we're going to put one right there at the top, and hopefully it won't stick to us. And then we're going to take the other one and put it right down here. So we kind of have along this line, this angled line here, we have the same thing stuck to my elbow, to my arm, or to my hand, or to whatever that's called. So better let that dry just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for just a second. I've already cut out the tags that we're going to use, and I've already inked around them. What I need to do is add some toppers. Now this one, I used the same lace that I had before, and I will never be able to replicate what I did before because things like that just don't happen. But I kind of folded this in and folded this in, and put this on here so that it's kind of gathered a little bit. And then I used my tiny attacher to apply 2 staples. And then I made the back, I didn't fold it or anything, made this in the front so that it's got a little gather there. And then on the back, it covers the width of this flat part of the tag right here. So it's kind of like this. And then we're just going to glue it, and that's going to be our pull tab. Okay, so we're going to add a little glue here. Partly this is to keep the staples in. Partly this is to keep you from hurting yourself on the staples. And it doesn't show. Then you can kind of gather it so that it fits in between those corner things, corners. And then cut a little bottom off. Okay. Oh, there we go. Put that in our nubbin bucket. And there we go. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So we'll let that glue dry. And goodness. There it is. This one, let's see. What did I decide? This one, since it's an up and down, is going to go in this pocket right here. And I'm not going to put a pull tab on it. I may have to later, but I like it without a pull tab. So I'm going to leave it just like that. This one is going to go in our corner right here. But we have 2 smaller that we're going to put down here. Oh, I forgot to glue that at the bottom, didn't I? That's going to let our little tags fall through. Since it was solid before I cut it off. I forgot to go back and glue it when I cut it off. So, gotta glue it. Make sure our tags don't fall out. because then we'll have all kinds of strings, but no tags. So we're going to put this one right here, and then we have this little one can fit right here in the center. So we're putting 3 tags in this one. This one up here. Doesn't really matter. We can put it kind of like this, and that's cool. We just don't want to cover up our dragonfly. When this dries completely, okay, it goes in this first pocket and hangs out. And then this one, we need to put a little pull tab on. So let's get an eyelet. And let's use a purple one. Okay, that was almost a disaster. Still not be. Okay, let's get one of these. I think this will match that pretty good. This is our little big body thing, crocodile, whatever. And we're going to put, now this is white on the back because I'm putting this in my journal and I wanted to write on the back of this, so I wanted it to be white. So let's try more or less to get this in the center. And more or less it is. I never can get it to be exact. Of course, if I used a pencil and marked it and did that, that would probably help a whole lot, don't you think? And then we need a little, and I had a little piece of that left over a while ago. This little stuff. It was kind of the edging. I think that might be it. It was kind of the edging off of some stretchy lace, and it worked beautifully. So we're going to do that. Like I said, I save everything, so eventually those things come in handy. And we'll put this in here ever so slightly. We won't have to worry about gluing it or anything. It'll stay. I don't know what you call this, the way this is held here, but and I'm going to cut that one off just a little bit so that it's a little different. And this is going to go right here in this little pocket under these strings. And slides right in there like that. And there is our second pocket page. Awesome, awesome. So let's find a place for it in our journal and glue it in. And it's a little different. Now the blue one, or the turquoise one, aqua, teal, whatever color it is today, is in here. So let's put this one a little closer maybe to the back. We could put it on our music paper. This is our page that we added. We added a page. That's why the washi tape is in here. So this is a cool page. That might barely fit. Let me see. I could put it on that page. That would be nice. Maybe on this side. Here's another piece of music paper. We could put it there, and it would fit just fine. Let's put it there. It covers up our whole page of music paper, though. I don't know that I like that idea. Alright, so I think it's a little wide for the regular paper. Well, we may have to sacrifice a sheet of music paper. And I think that's what we'll do. Okay. It sure does put that. I think that will work fine then. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on the back. And I want it to be pretty generous. So we'll put plenty. I guess it'd be better if I'd scoot it up here where you can see what I'm doing. I kind of pretend like I'm Picasso when I put my glue on my pages, and it just, there we go. I'm still just not real pleased with putting that there. There's that one. I think this one is a little bigger, so I'm going to put it on this one. Yes, it is. Just a little bigger. So we're going to make sure that that's done. It's glued, it's clamped. And while that's gluing, I'm going to trim down our little sign here. And cut off our end. Serious. Okay, Magic Monday, week 14. We'll put that right down here so we'll remember when we made that. And that was our video for the day. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. Please check out my other videos. Check out my online store at www.pinkdragonflywings.com. We have a lot of things in there, kind of different and unusual. My mom, my 85-year-old mother, 86 soon to be, has put some things in there, and it's really kind of cool. My daughter, my youngest daughter, has some things in the store. And then we have lots of scrapbook stuff, lots of cool things to look at. So check us out, share, let your friends know, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.